I'm about to rank the fuck out these Childish Gambino albums. Donald Glover is an interesting character to say the least. He's a writer, an actor, a visionary, and most importantly, himself. Today I'm going to tackle his music aspect and rank his 5 main projects. I won't lie, the original ranking I had in my head completely flipped after listening to a majority of his work. It just goes to show how truly talented he is, so let's get into it. I'm pretty sure no one is surprised by this, but 3:15:20, otherwise known as Donald Glover Presents, takes 5th place. Originally, this album was going to be number 3 on my list, but after a quick re-listen to of everything, I just wasn't able to connect with this one on a personal level. Still, I don't want to hinder what he's already done with this album. Musically, this is a very unique project, as it plays a very dystopian, digital, jungle-like fever dream. But part of my dislike for this project comes from the fact that I really couldn't understand the message or even vision Glover was aiming at here with this one. The sound filter for this album was unpolished and distorted. Although the album was supposedly cohesive with strange sounds blurring into the next tracks, it was done in such an unnerving and obnoxious manner. Nothing felt fluid or genuine to me. At times, the sound effects even felt a bit over the top, reminding me of his camp days from back in 2011. While I did like a lot of tracks on this project, I didn't love them. Time, 1910, 2419, 3222, and 5349 are the only tracks I can truly say I adored. Groovy, funky, and full of life. Plus, the melodies were absolutely breathtaking, and while the lyrics stayed a bit abstract, the message somehow got through. Even though the ending of 1238 is a soul ascending experience, Glover's part dragged on for way too long. Also, I can't help but feel like human sacrifice should have been on this album. It would have fit so well. I wonder if he removed it for a reason. And I honestly forgot all about 4226, which to most people is known as It Feels Like Summer. I haven't listened to that song in like years, and while I wasn't a huge fan of it when it originally came out, to me it sounds way better now than how it did years before. Then again, with my new era in music, I'm able to appreciate songs much more now than how I used to be at the age of 14. All in all, 3:15:20 felt like the inbred offspring of Because the Internet and Awaken My Love. I'm feeling an easy 6 out of 10. Favorite tracks being Algorithm, Time, 1238, 1910, 2419, 3222, 3531, 4226, 4748, and 5349. Okay, at number 4 we have Camp, and again I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw this one coming. I'll be honest with you, Camp is really good. Almost all the songs are extremely gorgeous and poppy. Something Kauai masters later on in time. Instantly, we're hit straight in the face with jaw-dropping melodies, crisp production, orchestras filled with strings and bass, and of course my favorite, angelic synths. But Jesus, the content on this album? Corny! Besides being an exceptionally witty, smooth rapper with an intelligent flow, the subject matter here felt awkward. Gambino kept on bringing up his race, insecurities around it, and tons of stereotypes. And I mean, while the type of subject matter doesn't faze me, if you're talking about it on almost every fucking song, it becomes repetitive, whiny, and on top of all, annoying. It's the quality of the music here that's the saving grace for this album. Firefly sounds like something off of Graduation, a mix of strings and drum patterns that sound like it was taken off of Man of the Moon, End of Day. Bonefire really highlights Gambino's skill as his cadence is phenomenal, aggressive, and hungry. Heartbeat idolizes Gambino's ability to seamlessly blend his angelic voice with hard-hitting lyrics, all wrapped up in an innovative layer of a track. Unlike Drake, Gambino's idolect is very compassionate, dramatic, and sorrowful. I actually feel for him, and when he focuses on the harmonic aspects of his work, that's when he creates his best pieces, Letter Home being a prime example. No matter how you feel about him, Gambino's art is exemplary. He's good, he knows he's good, and he wants you to realize that he's good. I'm feeling a strong 8.5 out of 10, favorite tracks being Firefly, Bonefire, All the Shine, Letter Home, Heartbeat, Backpackers, Less Kids, You See Me, Sunrise, and That Power. And anyone else notice how often he uses the phrase, I used to be, like on Camp? Crazy. Y'all gonna hate me for this one, but because the internet takes 3rd place for me. Originally meant to be number 1 on the list, I had to re-listen to everything before making this final judgment. Let me give it its flowers though. This album was a huge step up from Camp, and that's saying a lot. Somehow feeling and sounding more like a futuristic hip-hop album with a crisp tone and insane flow, Gambino managed to level up his production and lyrical style both by tenfold. Once I get to the 2-minute and 4-second mark on World Star, I feel like that's where the album truly begins. No misses from that point and on. Because the internet resembles the sound of a transitioning and growing computer, capitalizing on its tunes and jingles. It has expanded into an entire world of synthesizers, reverbs, and chord progression euphoria. Gambino really shows off his versatility on here better than any other project. He can rap really good. He can sing really good. He has very good ideas, and he stays true to his own aesthetic. I'm pretty sure there was even a short movie or screenplay for this album. Listen, Glover is really ahead of his time with a lot of the shit he does, and besides maybe 2 bland songs, everything on here is perfection. And the music videos? Man, I'm feeling a strong 9.5 out of 10 for this album. Favorite tracks being the end part of World Star, Dial Up, Where Skies, Shadows, Telegraph Avenue, Sweatpants 2005, Playing Around Before the Party Starts, Death by Numbers, Flight of the Navigator, Zelos to Stockholm, Pink Toes, Earn, Earth, The Oldest Computer, and The Biggest Troll. Life. At number 2 we have Kauai, I think that's how you say it. An EP 1 song away from getting a perfect score. I gave this project a 9.7 out of 10. Clocking it at 7 tracks long, this album was filled to the brim with love, good energy, and a retro feel. Kauai uses synths reminiscent of the 80s and fuses it with a groovy, funky bass line taken straight out of the 70s. Yet at the same time, the beautiful guitar chords and hypnotic beats are so out of this world, the sound often comes across as futuristic. Kauai is the perfect bridge between Because the Internet and Awaken My Love. Gambino's singing like usual is so good on here. It's pop music done right. Jaden even did his thing on here with a very poetic and flowerful written statements throughout the end of these songs. The whole EP itself sounds groovy, retro, innovative, and best of all, tropical. While staying loyal to the festive summertime theme, the EP also manages to feel extremely spacious, but within the space, all the use of synths and reverbs and drums bring out the best of it. The room is huge and filled to the brim with color. Nothing is a waste. Again, Kauai is a perfect sunset, nighttime, summertime vibe type album, which in my opinion radiates the natural energy Gambino gives off. My favorite songs on here are Sober, Pop Thieves, The Palisades, Poke, Late Nights, and Kauai. Version 3005, Beach Picnic version, Feet 2005, sorry, and that song is like fucking amazing. There wasn't anything wrong with the song Retro Rough, but unironically it felt genuinely repetitive to me. And finally, in first place is what you've all been waiting for. The number 1 spot, in my opinion, belongs to Awaken My Love. This album is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. It's even more hilarious given to how I used to think this project was so boring when I would listen to it. Age plus headphones really puts things into perspective, trust me. Me and Your Mama is an easy top 5 Gambino song of all time. What a fucking fantastic way to introduce someone to an album. Embodying the very themes this album will play out, Awaken My Love is soul. The same shit a lot of us black kids would hear our parents listen to growing up. While Glover really plays into the alternative West Coast music style for a majority of his work, this is his only project where people can listen to it and say, oh yeah, that boy was definitely raised in the South. Awaken My Love is soulful, funky, very dark, and even voodoo-ish at times. It has this unspoken New Orleans feel that I'm pretty sure it bleeds into many other areas of the South, like Memphis, Atlanta, and even Houston. On songs like Have Some Love, you can hear those sinister church organs loom in the background. The song is a block festival with all the brothers and sisters marching down the street in makeup and various foreign attire, banging the tambourine against their hands, thighs, and chest. Is it tambourine? I'm pretty sure it's tambourine. The synths and Boogeyman are so nasty and ominous. Hell, I even recognize this song from season 1 of Atlanta episode 6, that hilarious Tobias episode, Jesus. The piano progression on Zombies is so beautiful. I love the instruments and voices played throughout. Riot is insane. Don't listen to it when driving, you could kill somebody. Of course, everybody knows Redbone, a classic. And the bass on Terrified, even Baby Boy sounds like some shit I grew up listening to. And I love how Stand Tall felt trippy as it kept on playing back and forth with multiple octaves. How I feel about To Pimp a Butterfly is the same way I feel about Awaken My Love. There is barely any hip-hop artist out there who I think matches the amount of creativity and talent Gambino has. Even when the grandiose production isn't at use, the beauty of this album is still able to jump out with a track like California, my favorite track off this project. The highs just keep on getting higher and there are no lows present to stop it. That's why I love this album. I love every track off this project and there are honestly no misses. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to give your thoughts. I have a lot of ranking ideas that I'm going to do soon. Maybe something well actually you'll see when it comes out, but a lot more hip-hop ranking videos because I really like doing these. I like listening to these albums. And it seems that you guys like listening to my ranking videos or whatever. So yeah, I love y'all. See ya.